Action!
Hi, we're Suzanne and David Tate and Nolan and Mike and Brittany Anderson, and welcome to St. Helena and the end of April, which is pretty much the beginning of backyard season for us here in St. Helena. So we wanted to welcome you into our home, our community. We're getting so excited about our cruise next summer that we decided to cook a couple of recipes for you and pair them with our wines. So here at Tate Wine, we are a three-person team. It's myself, my incredible husband, David Tate, and our son, Nolan. I sell the wine and David makes the wine. We established ourselves in 2011, so next year will actually be our 10th anniversary, which we're incredibly excited to celebrate with you on the cruise.
I think Nolan actually sells the wine.
Oh, Nolan actually sells the wine, yes. I just manage all of this nonsense. Anyways, so we are based here in the Napa Valley, and what that means for us is we produce varietals from vineyards here. Tonight we'll be sharing with you our Merlot from Calistoga and then our Mount Veeder Cabernet Sauvignon. And David will explain more of those as we get to cooking. And then I'll pass it over to Mike and Brittany to tell you about themselves and our cruise.
Yeah.
We have a cheers first before.
Yeah.
Have
Cheers,
to start
buddy.
off every
Cheers.
alfresco dining experience with a spritz.
There you
Salud.
go.
Salud.
So for us at MTGA Wines, we started this little wine project just a little over 10 years ago. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary this last harvest officially. And this was a little thing that I started while as a kind of a moonlighting type winemaking project just on my own back in 2010, largely with Merlot from St. Helena, where we are standing right now. Slowly but surely I've added on some different varieties over the years. You know, now today we have 4 different kind of flagship wines, plus a couple other small productions that are now all into the lineup. But for tonight's purposes and kind of what we're going to be pairing up with some of the goodies we've prepared is some of our dry Riesling, and we have a little Pinot Noir tonight that we're going to get into as well. Some of these, of course, and all the wines that we're kind of previewing we'll also have out on the cruise as well. So you'll
For sure.
get to check them all out next summer.
Yes. So speaking of the cruise, we're so excited that hopefully you will join us. If you haven't already signed up, you get the 4 of us. Suzanne and I will be your hosts, and these 2 gentlemen are the talent of the cruise.
Totally.
So we will
Party
have,
time.
there's a lot of fun things planned. We have onboard seminars, we have offshore excursions, obviously a lot of eating and drinking. There will be some cigars,
Some big birthdays to celebrate.
some big birthdays. Mine. Our cruise, we're so excited about it. So we depart from Rome on June 26th of 2021, so next summer, and we're cruising on Oceania Nautica. And I actually have been on this boat before. It is a beautiful boat, and we actually are getting a full refurbishment this year. So brand new boat. So we're just like, I think it's going out on the water first in June of this year, maybe if cruises are still happening in June. So we'll see. But our itinerary is amazing. We have 10 days out in the Mediterranean and Adriatic. We start in Rome. We go to Amalfi / Positano, which is I'm representing here with my lemons and spritzes. And then we go to Corfu, Montenegro, 4 stops in Croatia, and then we end up in Venice. So we cruise June 26th through July 6th. And we are all very, very excited.
Very excited.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Many spritzes to come.
Yes. We'll
Cheers.
cheers to that again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And with
Here, I'll
that,
hold David's.
yeah, there you go. We'll start getting
Cheers,
into
Nolan.
some of the dishes that we've prepared to dive into as a little sneak peek of what to expect, and the wines here in a moment.
Hi, and welcome to Cooking with the MTGAs.
We're going to have a cooking show. This is great.
It's our own cooking show. So we decided to create a super easy, very simple summertime meal that you probably have most of the ingredients on hand. So we wanted to showcase something from Italy. So I'm creating an Italian pasta salad. Super simple. So we started with already cooked pasta. Just throw it together in the bowl here. And you can kind of throw in whatever you like. I chose these items. You can also do pepperoncini, onion, whatever else you want to throw in here. So some of my favorite things that I like to put in my pasta salad: some cherry tomatoes, everything's already cut up and diced, some salami, obviously have to have that, some Kalamata olives, you can also use black olives if you prefer those, and then some mozzarella,
More
most
mozzarella.
important
Just
part,
keep it coming. Keep it coming.
cheese. So, really easy. And then I made this vinaigrette that is olive oil, red wine vinegar, dried oregano, garlic powder, sea salt, pepper, a little bit of sugar, and some lemon juice. I love lemons. It gives it a little bit more zest, a little bit more tang. I made this a couple hours ago, kept it in the mason jar in the fridge. Literally shake it up, pour it on. I always like to give another little spritz of lemon and then some fresh herbs. So obviously here in California, we're very lucky to have fresh herbs available to us. And here in the Tate's backyard, we have oregano. I'm gonna throw some of that in there too.
Yep.
Can't have Italian food without oregano, right? So then we toss this together. Again, you can feel free to add in other items. You can refrigerate this. This will actually stay in the fridge for up to a couple days. In our house, oops, it'll last about 12 hours.
That's if I don't. Yeah. maybe 6.5.
So again, something that we on our cruise, we're just so excited because we have so many cool things that are available just to you guys that are cruising with us. So Food and Wine Trails has put together an amazing itinerary on our cruise that you get to participate in seminars on board with us. We have our own special shore excursions. So it's really cool. They make us feel really loved and awesome. And we will just have some other fun activities. We have a welcome cocktail hour. We have a winemaker dinner with Mike and David. And then we have a farewell party also. So just a lot of really awesome things that are happening specifically with our group that we're just so excited about. So there's our Italian pasta salad. And what are we pairing that with?
So for our purposes, especially when things start to warm up out here in California, we try and find kind of those poolside, front porch kind of white wines and really refreshing things to go along with that. And things that pair great with food or even a bonus, as you get into the evening, as you're prepping dinner, you're snacking on some cheese and charcuterie, or if you're just going all in on a meal and some good wines to enjoy with it. So for our salad in particular, we wanted to kind of lean into that really nice, kind of easy, refreshing style. So we went with our dry Riesling. And for those of you that might not be as familiar with Riesling, other than maybe some of the sweeter styles that are out there, we make ours what we call kind of a bone dry, very bright, refreshing style where there is very little to no sugar left in it. So it stays really crisp, really bright, perfect for by the pool, on a boat in the Mediterranean kind of style white wine. But it's something that we started making in 2013. This was a wine that I've been wanting to make or had been wanting to make for some time. And we wanted to do something that was a little outside of the norm of what you find in Napa or Sonoma for that matter. So we found a really awesome vineyard up in the Dry Creek Valley up above Lake Sonoma. We split the vineyard with another producer, and we're able to get enough to make about 100 cases or so each and every year. All done, or for the most part done in stainless steel to keep it really bright, really refreshing. A little bit of neutral oak, maybe like 20%, just to round it out ever so slightly, add a little extra complexity. But in essence, this becomes our in the sunshine, just chilling with friends on a warm day. Pop it open whenever you need a glass of white wine.
Okay. Salute.
Yep.
So for one of our recipes, whenever it turns to summertime and we're in the backyard, we grill. One of the things you may not know about me is I'm also a trained chef, and we like to say in our household that the kitchen is mine, but when it comes to backyard grilling, the grill is David's. So I prep and he always cooks. So for tonight, to take you to Greece, we decided to do a little bit of lamb souvlaki. And what that is, essentially it's a kebab. And we've had this meat marinating for about 5 hours now. I always try to say at least a minimum of 4 hours if you're going to marinate your meat. It really gets in there and gets it tender. Also, another quick kind of tip on when you do kebabs is don't put them directly on the stick. Cut your meat up and let it marinate and then put it on the stick later. That way the marinade really gets into all of those nooks and crevices. So with this marinade, what we have here is very Greek, and we used a lot of what we call aromatic herbs. So oregano, parsley, and thyme, things that just give off those great aromatics when you start to cook them. We blended that with a little bit of lemon juice, and then the rind of the lemon as well. So a little bit of lemon zest in there, and of course some garlic and tons of olive oil. You always want to cook with tons of olive oil when you're going to be on the grill. That way you don't get things sticking, and a little bit of salt and pepper. So we've created kebabs, and these will be going on the grill in just a little bit. And then when they come off, very simply, we created a little bit of flatbread, some feta, and a garnish of cucumber, red onion, and tomato to go on afterwards. So very simple, very quick summer grilling that we have here. And we're actually going to be pairing that with two of our wines tonight that David's going to be talking about. So because it's lamb, it's got a little bit more of a fat content. We paired it with our Mount Veeder Cabernet Sauvignon and our Calistoga Merlot. And just before I pass it over to David, I know that some of you are not meat eaters. This marinade that we have here is really quick and simple. It goes really well with chicken. I've even done it with tofu before, if you're going that route. But lamb, beef, chicken, this is a beautiful marinade for all of those. So I'll turn it over to David now, who made this incredible wine for us. We've got the Merlot in our glass right now.
Yeah. Can you grab him?
Yeah.
So yeah, our Merlot is from the Canard Vineyard in Calistoga. So just absolutely perfect farming is done on this. So we get kind of lower yields due to our own our farming, and then it's different with mountain fruit. When you get up onto the mountains, the yields are actually lower naturally. So you've got kind of two different examples of lower yields, but one is natural up on volcanic rock, the Mount Veeder, the Cab, and then you got the Merlot, which is down in the valley floor. So Merlot is a little more fruit driven, but it still has the acidity and the structure to balance out with the meat and the fatness. But I really, if I had to choose between the two, the Mount Veeder would be the best option, because it even has a little more earthiness around the big fruit. So you've got like cassis, volcanic, and then just a little bit of like earthiness to it that really would go so well with the lamb. So I think we should throw these on the grill.
Yeah. And just before we throw them on the grill, we also want to mention that there's some great packages going on right now with the cruise, where there is an incredible beverage package included. Wink, wink, wink. We all know who we are. Onboard credits as well as offshore credits. So if one of those strikes your fancy, and I'm guessing it's probably the beverage package, but no pressure. Those are all definitely included, and we encourage you to please call and inquire to see what's the best package for you at this time.
Plus Mike Anderson and I will definitely bring some special bottles on board.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah, let's
Here we
throw
go
these
to
on
the grill.
All right, here we go. Grill's ready. Took us about a half an hour, 45 minutes for the coals to be perfect. We started off with a little bit of our wood boxes. That's a great starter. So we're gonna throw these guys down here. You can hear the sizzle. We're gonna let these guys sit for about 7 to 8 minutes aside. And we don't want to get them, we want them to sear a little bit, but we want the inside to stay tender. So you want them to be hot, you want the grill to be hot, but you don't want it to be flaming, because you're going to burn the outside and the inside won't be tender any further. So there we go. So we're going to let those guys sit for about 7 to 8 minutes. We've got the perfect temperature for it and the perfect setting behind me. We've got before I met Suzanne and had little Nolan, this is the love of my life. So it's in third place right now. But this is my 50-year-old girl. Actually, we're celebrating her birthday this year. She's 50 years old. And she's taken me to Canada, out to the desert, out in Nevada, 10 years in a row.
Down to Mexico.
Down to Mexico. There's a really fun saying amongst Volkswagen enthusiasts: home is where the bus is. And this is our bus. And it will be, if he's a good boy, it'll be his too. So anyway, we're gonna let these cook, and we're gonna, as you said, garnish them and throw them on some pita, and
For sure. And while we let these cook, we're gonna have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys should too.
So David just pulled the souvlaki off the grill, and it looks incredible, but it smells even more incredible. I wish you all were here to share this with us. But a quick assemblage real quickly. So pita bread is definitely essential to Greek food. If you don't have pita bread, which is kind of hard to find at this point in time, you can get a pizza dough like we did out of the freezer section of your local grocery store. We let it rise over a couple of hours, and then punched it down, and then did olive oil and salt and pepper, and then just put it in the oven for about 15 minutes, and it firmed up and crisped up really beautifully. So what we do is put the pita down first. I always love a little feta. If you don't have feta, Greek yogurt's always incredible. Put that down with that, and then you take one of your souvlaki. Like I said, this smells incredible, and just pull it right on off the spike and put it on here, as much meat as you'd like. And then what I've done for a garnish is a really, what I call almost a Greek salsa. And it's a little bit of cherry tomato, some red onion sliced very thin, and some cucumber, olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little bit of lemon juice. And I put that right over top, and it just adds this bit of acidity and great color and flavor to your pita as well. So that's what we have for tonight. And like David said, we're pairing it with our Mount Beater and then also our Merlot. Bon appetit.
Thank you so much for joining us on our mini culinary adventure as we ventured through a couple of our stops through Greece and Italy. We are going to sit down and dine on our beautiful souvlaki, our Italian pasta salad. Nolan's gonna get some wine.
Just kidding.
It's the first thing you ever had. It's the first thing you ever had.
We're gonna enjoy our beautiful dinner with our amazing wine. So we thank you for joining us tonight.
And we look forward to having you next summer. If you loved any of the recipes or the 4 wines that we had premiered here tonight, the recipes will have a link online, and we will have a special 4-pack of the Riesling, the Merlot, the Pinot Noir, and the Mount Beater Cabernet Sauvignon, all as a 4-pack. And just for you, we have a little something extra special. So click through the link at the end, and of course, click through the link to Food and Wine Trails and see the special packages that are available online. And here's to seeing you next summer.
We look forward to having you join us all on this amazing cruise. So
No doubt.
cheers.
Cheers.
And
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Ciao.
ciao.
Ciao. See you there.